boulder for the second time. He just is a grinder, and this is good for other men in the field because Conor Man will go to the front and push this, and it'll help create some separation while the performance that Conor Man and his training partner Clayton Young and then Leonard Kerr, who by the way, is going to Paris, he had that third spot for the show that Conor Man and in particular Clayton Young put on in Orlando earlier this year in February at the marathon trials was spectacular. It really was. Conor Man has really arrived as a marathoner, but he has some pretty good credentials on the track. We're used to seeing him run the champs in the 10,000 and the 5,000 meter, and leading at this is also how he raced when he was at BYU, so he has absolutely nothing to leave here. We see the photo here, he's already going to the Olympics. This is just icing on the cake. And on the women's side as well, what a day that was. Very strong team for Team USA, so let's get back to it. Ni Young doing a little bit of chasing. He's got Grant far behind. Conor Man's ahead, and Woody Kincaid slips into fourth in these early laps of the men's 10,000, and Nico Young chose to not run the 10,000 at the NCAA championships. He wanted to make sure he was as safe and rested as possible here at the Olympic trials for this event, so he only are the 5,000 at the NCAA championships, passed on the 10,000, and we'll see if that decision pays off tonight. Dylan Maggot in the mix, nice and early as well. You can see that orange and yellow top there. There he is, the 28-year-old out of Washington. As the is underway, let's rejoin Trey and PO with some field fellas. Yeah, the Peters are still working their way through what now is the fifth height in the progression, 188 and a quarter, and Chris Any missing on his first attempt. They thought they might be done at the last height TR, but there was one athlete who chose to pass after two misses, and so that forced everybody still left in the competition to go to the next height. Yeah, I think a lot of that thought they'd be done. Hey, we've got it. Let's let this run through, and then they're kind of having to re-warm up those legs. We got a lot more jumps to go tonight. Back to it on the track. Thanks guys. And Conor Man's is setting this early pace. Look to the fourth runner, that's Woody Kincaid. He won the trials in 2021 to go to Tokyo. Remember, of course, because of the global pandemic, things got pushed back a year. Now he could do something pretty cool here tonight. He can join a pretty illustrious list of athletes from Team USA.
Heart-pounding recap of the men's 10,000 and finals at the USA Track and Field Olympic Team Trials 2024. While NBC's commentary left some fans hitting the mute button, the real drama unfolded on the track. It was a bittersweet moment for Hunter, who delivered an incredible performance but just missed the mark.
Who have won this event at the trials back-to-back? You think about Max True, Tom Williams, Todd Williams, Max Scheer, Frank Stur, the list goes on. So could he do that gay? And I did it as well, Kleski. So let's see what Woody's got later in this race. Ni Young, Grant Fur, top three. We're going to duck away to a quick break. Come back. The final of the men's 10,000 meter still to go here in the final of the men's 10,000 meter at these US Olympic Track and Field Team Trials, and this is the first final of the day. On day one, Conor Man's leading the 21-year-old California NI, and then Far Kincaid, and then look who has joined the conversation. The veteran has come into the mix. Paul Chelimo is there, ready to mix it up with these guys. We saw Paul at the marathon trials earlier this year as well. Didn't quite go to plan, but it was interesting to see him at that distance. Yeah, he ended up dropping out. He was going to debut there, but remember, he's a two-time Olympic medalist in the 5,000 meter. He knows how to run hardly. They are running fast. Conor Man's is really taking this. They're running just under 27-minute 10,000 meter pace, which is the world, or excuse me, the Olympic standard, and this really benefits the guys behind him. That's why we see this gap so early in the race, because for most of these guys this is well under their personal best pace. From the track to the field, what's happening? PA, well, the last competition in qualifying today is the women's triple jump, and we'll show you some of the top performances as this just wrapped up a few moments ago. Tori Franklin really shattered the glass ceiling for America triple jumpers, first time ever winning a global, world, or Olympic medal on it in Oregon in 2022. Finally, she's the prohibitive favorite here. Gets out at a far enough distance out into the pit, so we'll see her in the final. She'll be joined by Jasmine Moore, the Florida Gator, who I think just seemingly won everything you could possibly win on that collegiate Circuit year 7-time NCAA champion for jump at the University of Florida as Trey mentioned her best on the day in the second round 46 half in and couture. Orgy trying to make it 3 Olympics almost made the podium in Rio in fact. That's the best performance ever by an American at the Olympic Games. She said she retire at the end of this year and put yourself in a good position making the final year. The outdoor American record holder in the women's triple jumped right there. Park City. He believes he needs to be at altitude to be a medalist, to be the best in the world, and went back to his high school coach, but all indications this year are that it's working out for him. Certainly is, and he said, look, I probably, if I'm being honest, I prefer the 5,000 meter, but as Paul Cho goes for so too. To Sam Changem, he said, I probably prefer the 5,000.
A heart-pounding recap of the men's 10,000 finals at the USA Track and Field Olympic Team Trials 2024. While NBC's commentary left some fans hitting the mute button, the real drama unfolded on the track. It was a bittersweet moment for Hunter, who delivered an incredible performance but just missed the mark. Despite the setback, Hunter's run cements him as a top 15 world contender in the 10,000. Hunter's journey isn't over. With talent and determination, the road to glory is still wide open. What do you think? Can Hunter come back stronger? Drop your thoughts below.
Don't forget to like and subscribe for more exciting sports content.